This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
Tuning in to another episode of the Big Energy, the Big Energy Room, the Big Energy Room.
You can't lose with Big Energy. That's real shit.
Big energy means everything. That's what big energy
Big
is.
Energy Room.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Big Energy Room. This is episode number 11. Today we have a very special guest, y'all. I've been trying to get him to sit on this couch for so long. He been running from Big Energy, y'all. But today we got him live in the flesh. The biggest of big, Mr. Little Big Donald.
Lil Donald. You said I've been running.
Running. Oh, we ain't gonna do that at the start though. You know we always start us off in prayer, and we here on a good Sunday.
I'm episode 11.
11.
That's a good number.
Hey, look, you know that's my number now.
Timing is everything.
Hello. You ready for the prayer? Father God, we come to you as humbly as ever. We thank you for another day. We able to wake up and rise to the occasion. God, right now, we just thank you for connections and perfect timing. God, we just thank you for everything you've orchestrated leading up to this moment, God. We just pray over our words, over our mind, over our course of action and our perspective, God. We pray that it's well received on all aspects of this podcast, God. We pray that there's healing. We pray that there's love, God. And overall, God, we pray there's a whole lot of big energy. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
How you feeling?
I need somebody praying for me like that. That's
I'm
so
telling you.
real.
I'm telling you.
You know how to pray.
How you feeling today? How's your spirit?
Like, I'm blessed.
Yep.
I really don't, I don't know how to complain. I just know how to keep going and conquer.
That's fair. We're going to get into that today, though, because you know that's like being in survival mode is a really real thing.
For sure.
For sure. Ain't nothing wrong with it, though, because a lot of times the most successful people are in survival mode. But I want to break down what that means for you, though. But before we do that, we start the episode off always with what we're grateful for. So what's something that you're really grateful for right now?
My kids, you know, like that's gonna always be my answer to like what I'm grateful for, because it's like I feel like that's all I got. You know?
Yeah.
So me having my kids is just access to my kids, or just being able to have them in my life. Like that's my go-to for motivation, for strength, for everything. So like I'm just grateful to have my kids. Like
I saw you and did the episode with the kids too. I love the way that you broke down yourself and your growth and your journey with being a father. Like, I think that was so dope to watch too. Just even from going from a man to his little girl and kind of like speaking life. There's parts of the little girl in her that I know, in each one of them, that I know that you healed just by giving them the opportunity to be able to have a safe conversation.
it's just accountability, you know.
Right.
Like, and most people judge me like, damn, how many kids you got, or whatever the case may be, and don't even know the story behind how I got my kids or why I got my kids or what reason. You know, I ain't making no excuse for me having multiple kids by multiple women or whatever the case may be. But it's just like in them times where I was homeless or running the streets or lost my best friend or lost my nephew or lost my grandma or lost my granddad or my mama, like when I lost these people, it's like I felt like I needed this. I needed family. So it was my mistake by trusting different women to try to start a family with and realizing that I can't start no family with them. But it was like I was just trying to get that family feel no matter how I got it. Like, hey, if you telling me you love me and, you know, like, and I'm knowing that I can overly love you, then I can create a family. Even if you're not perfect or you're not what I want you to be, I can make you better in ways that can still, we could create a family, you know? And, you know, once you fail a certain amount of times at something, then you reevaluate yourself and be like, all right, now I can't keep doing it.
I got to do it differently.
Yeah, I got to do it differently.
Yeah. So do you feel like your desire for family came from the way that you was raised and like the relationship you had with the women in your life?
My desire for family came from not having a strong family. You know, like I watched my grandmother be the strength before she died. And once that strength died, I watched my family die.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I ain't really have no family that called and checked on you or cared about if you was okay, or besides my grandmother and my granddad. You get what I'm saying? Like my brothers and sisters and all of us, like we split up. You know, like, because my grandmother was that foundation. And once we lost that foundation, it was like everybody went a separate way.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I wanted family so bad because I look at my partner who married and his wife called him throughout the day just checking on him.
Right.
That shit was like, man, what the hell is that?
Right.
I was like, she really call you like every other 30 minutes and just make sure you good? You're like, yeah. And I seen him hug and say, I love you. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, it's really foreign language to me. So when a woman come in my life trying to love me or trying to show me different things, it just be like, I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
I know how to love you with being a provider, protector, and doing everything that I need to do as a man. But the intimacy, far as like being lovey-dovey, that's
Yeah.
not like my character unless you unlock that as a woman. And a lot of women don't understand that. You have to unlock that in certain men because they wasn't raised with that. We don't know that. If I don't know something, you're gonna have to teach me.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's the vice versa, you know, Leah, like a lot of women, they get hard
Yeah.
because they enter into them seasons of being soft with a man and then it's used and abused, you know, they overly invested in the wrong
A
place.
lot of women tough as hell.
Man.
It be tough as hell, but it's because guess what? They had to fend for themselves their whole life.
Yeah.
If you fending for yourself your whole life and you meeting a man and he telling you, hey, let me lead you, it's really gonna be hard because she like, I ain't never had nobody lead me. So they don't understand it.
And two, it's like for me as a woman in situations that I've been in that I don't like to say it's necessarily a failure because like my papa tell me it's the first attempt in learning. But the times that I've had attempts in learning love with a man, I feel like I've been kind of steered in the wrong direction. Now, partially, I can accept accountability to say, like, there's been times where I haven't been open to receive the leadership because it's been like I still haven't dealt with some of the things I've been disappointed in prior to, you know? But being in a place now where it's like, I feel like before I even move on to the next transition of dealing with another person's energy, I'm very cognizant of like, let me unpack all my baggage prior to, you know what I mean? Let me address the things that work well here because everything ain't always bad. It take you to really sit down with yourself back and evaluate a relationship to be like, look, this is what I did, this is what I contributed to the good, this is what I contributed to the bad, and vice versa. So I always start with me. But one thing that I've realized is that I'll overly invest love and time and attention into spaces based off potential. How do you feel about that?
I think investing in potential is a great thing, especially for somebody who's willing to go towards their potential.
Yeah.
Now, if you have somebody that don't even believe in themselves or even understand their potential or don't even want to soak in their potential or even be great in their potential, then you lose it because now it's like I'm trying to force you to be something that you don't even want to be. And that's a battle that you're never going to win for somebody to not see your vision that God gave you for them. You know, like, because sometimes people don't understand that God has sent me to you with a vision of yourself that you ain't seen because he sent it through me. And I'm trying to guide you into that. And you like, no. And you wondering why you ain't nowhere in life or you keep failing or you keep making the same mistakes because you deny God blessing. You know, a lot of people do that. Because God has sent people in your life and he'll be like, hey, this person is supposed to steer you the direction that I want you to go. And you could deny that person just because they don't fit the caliber of whatever it is that you want in your life.
Yeah.
But this ain't your life. You get what I'm saying? This ain't your life. This God life. You can think it's yours all you want to, but it's his to use how he want to use it. And if you don't go the route that he telling you to go, and get what? He cook you every time.
Yeah.
And like I tell people, God built her different. I didn't got in the way of God built plenty of times. And like, oh man, it's hurt.
Do you feel like you have caused undue trauma to yourself, overly investing in the healing and growth of other people, where in spaces like you said, where God is, he's putting BTA. He trying to show somebody something and it's really not your responsibility, but you take it on just because of the heart that you have. Have you seen yourself in that?
Yeah, for sure. But I also understand a mission is a mission, and I had to learn when to abort mission. You know, because it's a reason and a season, and you just got to know when God's saying let go.
Yep.
Like if God send me in your life to do whatever it is, and I do it to the best of my ability, and he see you resenting what I'm trying to do for you, and then he say, all right, cool, you've done what I asked you to do. She's not accepting what I sent you to do. move out the way. But I'm so in love and in lust or in care that I'm like, nah, God, I'm staying. I got to keep fighting for her. She gonna get it. And he like, no, she not gonna get it. I understand her mind. I understand where she at. She's not there. And I keep trying. Then when he say, all right, cool. Now you finna get the belt too because you're overly playing your part. And I told you go on.
Yeah.
You know? And that's when, as a person with a good heart and a good spirit and a good mind, and you want to help people, you gotta learn when your cutout time is, because you'll drag yourself right under. I messed up $1 million helping my family and my friends.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, I can show this in math, in numbers, in bank account statements, with my accountant telling me, boy, you spending $30,000-$40,000 a month in cash outs and Apple Pays and not even knowing that I'm trying to buy people to keep loving me. You get what I'm saying? Because at the moment that I stop doing it, I don't see nobody no more.
Yeah.
Nobody pulling up on me no more. Nobody want to hang out for my birthday if I ain't paying for everything. Nobody want to kick it if it ain't no money or fun involved. Ain't nobody pulling up like, bro, look, I just came to check on you. You know, like, it's just always got to be some involvement with me giving something in order to receive anything from people. So it's just like, I had to learn when God say, all right, this ain't your job, right?
Don't you think it kind of makes it hard? Because I'm a person who can kind of resonate with that same sentiment. Like, don't you think it makes it kind of hard to see yourself in the fullness of who you are when you define the value of who you are based on what you give to other people?
Yeah, it really is. But I had to learn that my value wasn't based off that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really had to discipline myself into thinking like that I had to do stuff for people for me to be something, or for people to like me, or people to be like, oh, that's my cousin, or that's my uncle, or this. Like, I realized how many middle fingers I got when I wasn't doing it. You know, so it was like, all right, cool. If you're gonna feel like that every time I'm not doing something, I might well leave you with that feeling. So just F me forever. You feel what I'm saying? I'm cool. Like, get what? If you don't want to talk to me, I can go talk to my daughter. If you don't want to play with me, I can go play with my kids. If you don't want to eat with me, I can go eat with my children. You don't want to get no money with me, I start my children business. Like, I literally got my foundation that I created and God gave me off whatever the reason he gave it to me. So I realized that I don't need nothing else. You get what I'm saying? I used to think I needed it, like, oh, I need a friend. Or I need, like, once I realized I ain't need that stuff, like, it wasn't genuine.
Yeah.
It won't be genuine.
That's the beautiful thing about your kids, because I can feel that. Like, the way that I've locked in with my kids in particular, like, I've always been a present parent, but like, as far as feeling fulfillment and being a parent outside of just being like, I'm just a single mom and I'm tired and I'm overworked and, you know, I'm burying myself in things that I can't express because I don't have nobody to talk to about with this. Like being around my kids is probably the most fullest that I feel. Like, I watch my daughter, I watch my son, and it's like fertile soil. It's such a beautiful thing because it's like every seed that I'm planting, if I ain't doing nothing else right, I watch your repetition. I watch your consistency. And even if I'm still figuring that out in my life, like, y'all are proof that my time, my effort, my energy, my commitment to love and showing up and getting up out that bed and rising to the occasion is worth something.
That's what love is. That's what love is. And see, people don't understand love.
Right.
Like, that's why I can't believe that nobody loves me if it don't feel like I feel for my kids.
Come on.
Like, if I can't get mad and be frustrated and you try to find out what's wrong with me instead of you getting just mad at me. Like, when your child hurt or your child mad, you like, baby, what's wrong?
Right.
What you need me to do? You get what I'm saying? You want
and they can't wait for you to cater to them and nurture them and see them through.
That's what love is. My grandma always told me that a woman is supposed to love you like she loved her son.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when I see a woman get aggravated because I'm frustrated, not knowing that I'm carrying the world on my shoulders, you get what I'm saying? Like, I got to make sure everything good in everybody's life that I love.
Yeah.
So if Tonio become my partner and we cool, if Tonio ain't got no food in his refrigerator, but I care.
Right.
So I be very careful with who I let in my life, because whoever I let in my life, I care.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
so like when I see people, if you just don't got the right characteristics, like you don't rock with your kids, and you don't spend time with your kids,
that's a turn.
you don't respect your mama, you don't your partner them have your back, but soon as they call you, you ain't that. Like, I don't rock with them type of people.
Yeah.
You know? And parenting shows me a lot about people. Yeah, I respect whoever say, oh, I ain't got no kids. Man, you missing out on life for real.
Yeah.
You missing out on life. And I ain't judging nobody. You cannot have a kid for the rest of your life and be selfish and just love yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But me having my kids, the best thing that ever happened to me. I wouldn't trade that for nothing in this world. A woman can look at me and say, boy, you got 6 kids. Nah, I can't rock with you. And I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But guess what? A man with no kids couldn't treat you the way I treat you.
Fact.
Because I understand love. Because I've had 6 times to get better at love.
Yeah. That's fire.
You get what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that. I had 6 tries at getting better at love.
Yeah.
6 different people to love in different ways to know that, all right, cool. Now when I get this woman that I'm letting in my life, I know how to love her 6 different ways.
Right.
Because there's 6 different personalities that I had to experience to learn love.
And she might be lucky number 7.
You get what I'm saying? She gonna be the wife because I'm gonna take care.
Yeah.
And that's just who I am and what I stand for.
Do you think that based on where you were at when you first started, doing music, becoming a father, based on that and where you're at now, what is a personal growth accolade that you're very, very proud of? What's something you've learned and developed on that it may have even took time, you may have done it quick, but that you're just very, very proud of?
Just being more patient, as a father.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still learning because I came up in like strict parenthood. Like my growing up didn't play no games,
Right.
like, and just learning how to be more softer. And my daughter mom taught me that. You get what I'm saying? My last daughter mom taught me that. Like, she was like, you so frustrated and strict all the time. You always rules. Like, just gave me an idea to just try softness sometimes.
Yeah.
Because as a father, like, you can't let your kids escape the rules.
Yeah.
Because the world not gonna spare them. And that's my biggest fear, just knowing the world ain't gonna spare my kids. Because the world ain't spare me.
Right. So in a world going off there, like in a world that is so much governed by laws, rules, regulations, and sometimes inequality and opportunity, like how do you navigate creating a soft environment for them where there's grace and understanding? Because, we all human, we learn,
Yeah.
but also too, serving them accountability.
I stand on business.
Yeah.
And the softness, like, I'm there, like we can talk about it. Like, I've given all of them journals where they can write about their emotions. And like I tell my daughters, like, I pay you if you let me read a page out your journal, or like stuff that they want, or stuff that they're like you want them shoes, where if you let me read a page out your journal, I go get them, so I can understand what they going through, what they thinking, what they feeling, and they can get something from it, and they can feel like, all right, I gave up this vulnerable side of me, but my daddy got me these Western names I wanted, or did this for me. So
like there's a reward that.
Yeah, it's a reward for sharing that.
For sharing.
Because it's not easy. Like, I'm not gonna just read their journal.
Yeah.
Like, I would never just go get their journal and read it. It's like, I try to like give them that space to just say what you want to say.
Like this.
And I told my daughter, no matter if it's good or bad, no matter what you feel, even if it's about me, if it's about your mom, it's about anything, say it.
Yeah.
I don't care, because I need you to release it and let it be known that you feel this way.
Right.
Because I know I ain't no perfect nothing,
Yeah.
and I don't care to be perfect. I care to do the job. I care to do the job, get the job done, and do my best and learn while I'm doing it. So I might not be the best right now, but in 2-3 years, I might get 20% better.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just want to do the job and make sure that they're safe and they're held accountable and they understand what the world really is. Because if you understand, when we grew up,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff was hid from us.
This is
We
true.
kind of like stumbled upon stuff like, oh, I can go to jail for that. Oh, I can get shot at. Oh,
It's almost like after you do it, then you learn the consequences.
Yeah, it's like you learn the consequences, but I teach my kids the consequences.
Yeah.
Like if my nephew go to school and he steals something, when he come home, boy, you stole something. This your consequence right here. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's what it is to me. Reality. Like my daughters and I teach them reality. I ain't sugarcoat nothing. This is what it is. These little boy don't care nothing about you. They don't love you. At that age, don't nobody love you.
Yeah.
I hate that the world made it to where at 13, 14-year-old, you're teaching your daughter it's okay to have a boyfriend.
Right.
How?
Because it's like as adults, we don't even know how to properly
We ain't even properly loving as grown people and being in a relationship as a grown-up. How my 13-year-old know how to manage school, grades, academic,
right,
extracurriculum, all this, and juggle a dude? It is impossible.
Facts.
She gonna start slacking the areas, and it's gonna mess up her future. And that's why I stand on business when it comes to like everybody be like, well, I had a boyfriend at this age. I don't care what you had.
Where did you end up?
Your mama failed.
Where did you end up when
your mama failed? Your mama led you astray.
Yeah.
Your mama ain't married. Like, what's the results of? Yeah, you had this when you were growing up. What's your results? And now, after I see the results of 300 people, now I'm gonna look at the stats.
Yeah.
The stats of people that was successful having a boyfriend at 13 to 14 don't match the ones that didn't.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I don't live my life based off the internet, nobody else, how they run their household. That's why my kids can't go to nobody's household, because your rules ain't the same as mine.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Have you ever encountered like just navigating, the space where you're giving them the opportunity for you to read a journal? Have you ever encountered a situation to where you had to be held accountable, and how did you maneuver through it?
For sure. Like it be things that they say about just like me arguing, with they folks and they moms and, situations like that. And I had to sit back and look at myself like, I do like be overly frustrated with their moms, and it be in front of them. Like it's like, because when I'm emotional, I have no room to hide my emotion.
Yeah.
Like it is no reason that I'm going to put my emotions on the back burner for nobody. If you do something to hurt me, you have to know now. Yeah. I'm not telling you next week. I'm not gonna wait 3 days until it build up and I explode. I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna tell you now.
Right then and there.
And it's like, they done took me through stuff that I shouldn't have had to went through, and I just be frustrated.
Yeah.
But I've later explained that to my daughters to understand, like, hey, I wanted to see you, but and your mama was keeping you from seeing me. Yeah. Or I wanted this for you, and she wouldn't let me give you this. Or I wanted to create a life for you, and I was just frustrated. But I do apologize that you had to see that. Yeah. And then on the flip side, these women will make it seem like men are bad men, or men are doing this or doing that, and telling their daughter stuff because it's trauma bonded. And it's like, I realize that's what a lot of women be doing, is like, I ain't had no daddy. Yeah. I ain't had that love. I ain't had that space. Let me create this for my child. And that's the wrong way to be. If your child got an opportunity to enjoy something that you didn't have, you a sucker of a parent to deny them of that.
This is true.
You a horrible parent. It's like if my daughter mama move on and she get a good man.
Yeah.
And he's good to my kids, and he's whatever the case may be. And he got just stuff that he could give my daughter that I wasn't in the position. Just say I wasn't who I was.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad until don't let my daughter be involved. Man, enjoy that.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, people have looked at me, in particular women, as being so crazy, because with both my children's fathers, like, I've had to navigate that. This, having a significant other. One of them is married, and one of them has, other baby's mothers who's there with. And I talk to them frequently now. We've grown to that point. And the thing that I always tell them is I just had to learn to not take it personal. Like, sometimes, in all fairness, your child is like the most important thing mutually. It's the common ground amongst every argument and every good conversation that we have. That's the common ground. And so when you're dealing with a person who is upset with you, oftentimes they'll turn that opportunity into an opportunity to manipulate. And so now I'm going to throw this in your face and I'm going to try to put it out there like, my son's first birthday, him and his whole family, now mind you, he's 1 year old. He ain't even been around for a long time. They all have matching shirts for my son's birthday. Ain't nobody really know affiliated, nothing. We had just finished with our court order. And in situations like that, God humbled me the most because it was like, you know what?
Why does it matter though?
This is what I'm saying, because in my pride and my ego, it's like, man, you ain't been around, you ain't did this, you ain't did that, but you gonna go match his shirts, you trying to pose, make me feel something, and then I realized, I was like, you know what, Kayla, everything is
your son happy? Did he have a good time?
Being honest, Tad was definitely crying the whole time, but
he probably was crying because
he was just uncomfortable.
It's a new environment.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that he wasn't happy at now moment. It's just that it was such a divide between y'all that he couldn't go. It was new. Like,
so let me speak to that though, because I would like to advocate for the fact that it's extremely healthy now. You know, at that period in time, it was uncomfortable. But one thing I did learn and grow from in there is that having a good bond, even if me and him, like sometimes I talk to the baby mamas more than I do even my baby dad. They are a common ground now. They are a peaceful interaction. They allow me the space, in particular one, to get things done and to accomplish what we need to accomplish without having it be like conflictual amongst us, you know? So I do think that the growth in that was, my ego at first was kind of like, hey, y'all ain't even been around and y'all making it little XYZ. You know how baby mamas be? You only come around on holidays, but are you talking about the fact that that's the only opportunity you gave the man to come around? Right. You know what I'm saying? Accountability, because it be the look. So it's like, you care about the look, but are you actually talking about the background? So myself, understanding that and having conversations, you know, even with the people like you who are navigating the opposite side of the relationship, is really held me accountable. Like, you know what?
I go through hell.
Listen, I will always give my children's father the opportunity to be a dad because I understand the value of it. So my real dad, as you know, he passed when I was 3.5. My pops, when he came into my life, was at 9.5. That is one of the most valuable relationships as a young woman that I've had, because there's parts of your heart that only your pop can heal when a man, or you, I won't even want to just blame it like it's always the man, but when you enter into a failed relationship, a lot of times it's your pop who's going to recenter you and get you there. So there's things about dealing with a man that only a father can teach his daughter, you know? He's the only one who can give her that perspective. So I never wanted to deny my kids that, just like with treating a woman. You know, there's things about treating a woman and courting a woman and providing for a woman and protecting a woman I could never understand. I can tell what's desired, you know, but as far as manifesting that and acting on that and maneuvering the weight that carries as being a man and a provider, I want your father to teach you that. So that's why I would never deny.
Yeah, you have to put your pride and your ego to the side.
You have
like,
to.
I like, no matter what the circumstance is with me, like, I'm going to always do what's best for my kids.
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
I done had police called on me, police sent to my crib. I done had all kind of, I done been swung on. And get what? I still will do what's best. Like, my daughter say, I want to go to my mama. You hear? I got custody of my daughter right now. And she tell me she miss her mama. Get what? Hey, man, I'm going to take you to your mama.
Right.
You feel me? If she tell me I want to buy my mama something for Mother's Day, here go a couple bucks. Go get her what you want. I ain't going to go and scream, but I let you still do that for your mama.
Because I'm not going to let you.
I ain't got no personal feelings. If you a real parent, you want your child to have what's best for them.
Yeah.
And that no matter if you love them extremely and your child mother or child father hates you, they still love their child.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to see you messed up. I don't want to see you stressed out. I don't want to see you doing bad like you want to see me.
Fact, sometimes it grows into it, and that's something that, like, even me, like I said, the accountability part, like, sometimes you have a distaste in your mouth about a person who you've had a child with, and you have to really hold yourself accountable to not pass that on there. Like me, I say it all the time with my kids. Like, my daughter, she gonna figure out her dad through her own experience.
Yeah, you gonna
learn. My son, he gonna figure out his dad through his own experience. Because guess what? Like you said, your children are the purest form of love in your life. So the way you handle them may not be the way you handle me. And to put that off ain't fair.
You not a good parent just because you got your child all the time.
This is
true. You not no good parent just because you cook the meal. You not no good parent for anything that you do unless you're doing what's best for your child in all aspects. That's what makes you a good parent. Not just doing what's good as a parent in one aspect. Like, oh yeah, I fed you every day and I kept a roof over your head. Okay, that's one part. It's more parts to being a parent. How you fed me and you made me clothes, but you're breaking me down emotionally and destroying my mental because you don't like my daddy.
Yeah.
Just because you don't like him don't mean I ain't gonna like him. That's why I be looking like, hey, I wonder what my daddy went through.
Yeah.
I love my mama to death, but I just wonder what she did to my daddy.
Yeah.
You know, like, did man get a real opportunity? And my dad, I've heard my dad say so he probably didn't want to be in my life. Right. You feel me? But I wonder what men go through, because I know what I went through.
Right.
I'm a hell of a father. Ain't nobody can take that away from me. If my child needed a leg, they can have it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I stand on it. Anybody know me on running hospital, anything, I'm gonna do whatever. I give my last dime to my kids. So as a father, it shouldn't be no reason why I couldn't see my kid. I don't care if I had a girlfriend. I don't care if I had whatever I had going on. If I want to get my kid, I should be able to get my kid. You could want me to pay your bills and your rent, but I'm not good enough to see my children.
Let me ask you something about that, just that emotional space. Because, you know, that's heavy, especially when you're a person who really loves your kids. So how did you navigate the space of absence with your kids where you're going through, because, you know, you're dealing with different babies' mothers and different personality types and situations, you know, whether it was what your situation was with them or what the situation is with the kid. Like, how do you navigate that space, and what are coping mechanisms that you use to be able, because, you know, and the reason why I asked this in particular and what I really want you to highlight on is like the coping part, because I feel like a lot of dads deal with that.
To be honest, like, number one part of it is understanding that I created. So it's like, I chose this person. I did whatever I did with this person. I accept this person in my life without fully evaluating them and knowing who they were as a person. You know, so number one, I blame myself.
Yeah.
And then just being away from my kids, I'm gonna lie, I barely survived it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I barely survived it. When people be like, why you ain't put out no music, or why you ain't did this, it ain't because I can't make another hit. I can make a hit while I'm asleep.
Yeah.
That's the easy part. I got the money to invest in whatever I want to do. I'm richer than majority of the rappers that think they got some money. I just can't function without my kids. That's my breath. That's how I function, period. If I don't see my son for 3 months, I'm hurting.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't sleep. I wake up out my sleep like, damn, but I wonder if my son good, or if my daughter's straight. Like, that's that pain that I can't explain. Like, that's why everybody be like, hey, bro, why you ain't doing this? Why you ain't doing that? Man, I don't care about no music.
Yeah.
I gave my whole life to this shit.
Yeah.
I ain't have no childhood. I ain't go to the park and play basketball. I ain't do nothing. I rapped. Yeah. Since I came out of Coochie, I probably was rapping. I've been rapping my whole life. Bro, me having them kids, man, that's over everything. Yeah. So, but it ain't nothing that can replace that. So when them folk get oh, you can't see your daughter, or your son can't come, or you talked to that girl, oh, she told me y'all went on a date, oh, you can't get your son, she over there, oh, my daughters ain't coming around her, I don't want my daughters around. Man, that shit'll break that shit broke everything in me.
Yeah.
Like, for real. And I had to realize that, because I was still being a man for my daughters. Like, I was still like, I'm going to pay your bills. I'm going to still pay your rent because my daughter's there. And I'm doing all of this stuff to keep everybody straight while they taking my soul from me.
Yeah.
Because my kids is my soul. So when you taking a nigga children from him, but he still making sure you straight to show his daughters like, hey, I ain't no fuck nigga, baby. Like, I'm still a solid nigga. I had to realize, like, but I really would be in the lane.
Yeah.
Like, I really was being lame. I had just realized, like, but you can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
So I had to really regroup myself and just find my strength. And I had to go fight for my kids. I had to go pay lawyers. Man, I spent $10,000 on a lawyer. Then they told me, hey, we got to go a little further. I had to spend another $6,000. That's $16,000 on one lawyer.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Then just had to pay my lawyer again, because then my other one started acting crazy. So it's like, as a man, to deal with this, knowing that since the day my kids was born, I ain't miss a beat.
Yeah.
And the only beat I missed was because a motherfucker didn't give me the Pro Tools session.
Yeah.
It's a fact. I ain't never missed nothing with my kids when it came to providing for them, protecting them, anything. I ain't never missed nothing unless a woman made me miss it.
Do you feel like that creates an uneasiness with the future women that you'll encounter?
I don't really think nobody's capable of loving no man with 6 kids and baggage. Like I be thinking like this. If I can't find a woman that's willing to love me and carry my baggage through the airport with me, she ain't for me. And a lot of women will sit here and judge you. They don't even know me as a man. You get what I'm saying? I'd be the best man a woman ever crossed path with. Any woman that ever crossed my path, if she watching this, she'll tell you, but I ain't never met no man like him.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm different. But you got to think about mothers. You got to think about aunties. You got to think about cousins. You got to think about sisters. You got to think about everybody who going to look at your situation and say, man, you fucking with a nigga with this many kids, or this going on, or that going on. So is that worth, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of people in our world, they care about more about what people think and what people feel about them than actually what they're getting from something.
Yeah.
Is this situation best for me? Forget the baggage, because I could help you carry whatever, but what are you doing for me? Yeah. Like, hey, mama, she might got 3 kids already when I met her.
Yeah.
You know, but get what? She lifted me.
Yeah.
I would down on my knees with nothing finna lose myself, but she lifted me.
Right.
So, mama, I don't care what she come with. I'm ready to conquer whatever she come with for the way that she lifted me as a man. See, that's what the world, what's wrong with the world. They care about everything and every opinion and what everybody else feel except for what it did for you. Did it do something for you? Did it better you? Did it change you? Did it make you feel better?
And you know what? Some people, I love that you highlighted. I know you saw the video I made the other day about this. Like, people hold themselves to the standard of a relationship of people who have never actually had a successful relationship.
You can't give me what you ain't experienced.
Come on.
You
now.
can't coach me through what you ain't
can't coach me through.
I'm gonna tell you how to get a championship and you never won one.
You ain't even make it to the finals to get to the championship.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Get close. That's why I was like, man, people don't even know what it smell like, taste like, feel like. And so I think I've spoken about this before, it's a social media age of instant gratification. Everybody wants what it look like, but they don't want to put in the effort it took to get there, right? But then also, too, just kind of navigating some of the spaces you were even just describing, like, people be so scorned, you know? Because it's like, when you encounter, for instance, for you, and this is just being vulnerable, right? Because I deal with the same thing. When you deal with 5 people before that can't handle the fact that you're a man with 6 kids, no matter how much structure you have, you know, no matter how well you are doing it, it's like a thing in the back of their mind, you know, a stigma that they possess of they already got it figured out. So when you deal with 5 people like that, when you finally get to 6, and 6 is willing to put in the time, the effort, the consistency. She has patience. She has grace. She creates a safe environment.
That's the key part right there, patience. Because a thing that I had to learn is that when you meet somebody, y'all are raised 2 different ways.
Yeah.
So you have to really love somebody to have the patience to better them in areas that they're not good at.
So what is love for you?
Learning. I don't feel like you love me if you're not willing to learn me. Not ask me a question and learn me, but pay attention and learn me. You get what I'm saying? Because being honest, right? I can be around you or whoever, and whether it's Slime, Super, you, anybody, I can pay attention to what you do in your life, and I can know, like, all right, cool. But every time we go to American Deli, goddamn, them folk order the same thing. So if I'm on the way to the studio and I know Super and Slime, I know Superstar he go hot sriracha. You feel what I'm saying? I know Slime gonna do some hot. You feel what I'm saying? Like, be my partners, and I got love for them. Or if I'm dating a woman, like, I ain't gonna ask you your favorite color.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay attention to your purse that you wore 3 times, or your pair of shoes, your favorite pair of shoes, and I'm gonna say, okay, cool. I know that this her favorite color. So now when I go get you flowers from my flower store, I'm gonna get you the color that you ain't even think I know was your favorite color.
Yeah.
Cause I'm just different, because if I love you or if I'm interested in you, I'm going to learn.
Boy, that's that cancer shit.
And that's how you know somebody love you.
Yeah.
Because you don't gotta tell them when it hurt.
Yes.
They gonna see it in your soul, like, hey, boy, something ain't right. But this post he just made, but let me call
Come
him
off.
and tell him pull up on me.
Yeah. And where everybody else think they may be being played or putting off a certain type of energy, it be like, when I know you, I know.
Yeah.
You posted it because you really hurt by something. That's something that you're not talking about, something that's heavy on your heart. I can know by the way that a nigga says my name.
Yeah.
Some off. That's how much I pay attention.
You like, and then when women, like, I be feeling like a lot of women feel at love and in relationships too, because they don't really be paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't no way that you dealing with a man and you got something going on, or you just expressing something, or he heard you on the phone talking to somebody, and it wasn't even on purpose. You was in there talking to your daddy about something you got going on, and I'm sitting right here and I heard it. Man, I'm a real man. I'm handling that business.
Yeah.
You know, as a man, but
Yeah.
women don't pay attention to that. They feel like they can convince somebody into being a provider or protector. If a man don't love you for real, he not doing it. You don't gotta ask for that type of shit.
My pops just came down here for Christmas, right? And we were just having this conversation about relationships, man. Like, people are so scared. Like, I get called clingy. I'm overly invested. So that means my time and attention to detail that's spent outside of my kids, outside of my career, outside of my purpose, outside of my talks with God, I'm spending it with you. Because I'm not going to put anything into something that I don't feel like is fertile soil. And so if I'm going to take the time to put that energy off, that means that I'm going to do it with the expectation that there's something productive that comes out of it. No. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to set the tone. Like, you can easily recognize when somebody's not used to you. See, I understand the rarity of the type of individual I am, the type of woman that I am. By nature, I nurture. Like, it's just who I am as an individual, whether you my friend, even whether you my enemy. That's why you can be so carefully calculated. I gotta I gotta talk to God about doing something different when I'm dealing with my enemy, because I will pay attention to every step.
So do you got a problem with teaching?
Mm-mm. I don't have a problem with being teaching or being led. I believe that God stewards me in a way that, as a woman, when I nurture, I teach. Because sometimes, like, a man has never been exposed to nurturing, whether it was from his mama or a previous relationship. So I realized that when I nurture, sometimes you're teaching a man how to be nurtured and how to nurture.
But that's a strength, though. Like, being nurtured and cared for gives you, like, a superpower.
Man.
Like, if I'm comfortable, if I'm well taken care of, if my feet not sore, or if I'm motivated, like, I conquer more in a day than I could conquer in a month.
It's about acknowledging that. Because, like, the same thing you just expressed, that's what I be feeling like. I be overly invested in nurturing, and it becomes so natural. People don't understand how much effort and energy it takes to make that investment. Yeah. Paying attention and store yourself in a way that's like, I'm being patient over being a person who's judging you at first hand. Like, I'm really taking the time to understand, like, how did you get here? Why are you this way? What are your
teaching and learning?
Your don'ts. Yeah.
Teaching and learning, because, like, if I know what you've been through and I know what went wrong in your life, it's like, I know how to handle you differently or help you get through the things that you've been through.
Right.
And it's like, I might yell and you might get tense, like, you know what I'm, but you was in an abusive situation, but I came up in the house where yelling was normal.
Yeah.
Or we cussed a lot, or we talked a certain type of way. So it's like, it's just about learning your person and softening them up or bettering them in certain areas without judging them.
Yeah. Do you feel like, I'm gonna switch gears here, because we both have encountered, like, a lot of loss and grief. And so how do you navigate the grief of, because we're people who carry a heavy load, you have a lot going on. What are some mechanisms you use to keep progressing forward when you're dealing with the loss of something that was essential?
Live like they not gone, basically. Like, like, I still live by my grandma rules. or I still live certain ways or do certain things to impress my mom or impress my nephew or things that my granddad'll be proud of. So it's like kind of like living like they still here.
Yeah.
Like, even though I can't go see them or I can't be in their presence, it's like, hey, grandma, you see, I just, I just did what, you remember I said I was going to do this, I did it, or mom, I just got this, or, like, just certain things that I do, like, hey, mom, look what I just did for my daughter, like, I still talk to myself in a way that, like, I'm talking to them and showing them things that I told them I was going to do or things that I know they'll be proud of me. So that's how I deal with it, just, like, keeping it going.
Yeah. Do you ever experience moments where you feel like the loss becomes heavier than your will to move forward and keep living? Not from like a
Yeah. Like, I've had moments where, and this happens all the time, where I just don't have no life in, like where I just shut down and I don't want to talk. I don't want to be around nobody. I just go in a bubble. And I don't know if that's depression or whatever. Like, I have anxiety attacks where I feel like the world is ending and this might be my last breath. And I start panicking and I have to talk myself out of it. And that's what I had to learn how to do with my panic attacks, is just like talk to myself. That's how I know I'm one of the strongest people on earth. Because I can have a panic attack with my heart speeding up, I'm sweating, I'm feeling like something wrong, and I can say, Donald, woo woo woo, and I'm back to it, like I'm out of it. But I understand what I'm going through, and I know what it is. Like,
So it's your awareness.
Yeah, I'm just aware of what I'm going through, and I'm aware of what I'm feeling on the inside of me, and I'm aware that it's not nobody's job to heal that but me. But if somebody tries to help me heal it or is comforting, and I could say, like, my last daughter mama, like, I love her, because she's definitely more patient with me than anybody has been in my life, But it's like, that's just patient people, Like, I got patient friends too that understand, like, a call and check on me and, certain stuff. Cause like, I look invincible from the outside. I look invincible. Like, a lot of my friends be like, bro, I don't know how you just went through court. You went through this, then you getting sued by this person, and then you going through that, and then your other kids can't come no more. And like, people be like, how is you get what I'm saying? Like, some of my partners be like, boy, you got your kid every day. How you do that? Like, for real. Like,
Oh, and let me ask you that. How do you do that? Like,
like,
how do you come? Because you talking yourself out of the ancientness, but like, let's delve further into that. Because, we in big energy. That's what we do.
oh, for sure.
How do we get to a place to where we find peace and pressure? Because it's like, I used to have anxiety attacks like that too, where it'd be like, I'm just total shit. Like, even the way, like you said, we look invincible. The way that I talk and break things down, people would think I just have all the sense of the world. But sometimes I be sitting big, and you've done it before, where you just randomly call me and you'll talk me out. I'm like, dang, I was really in self-doubt today. Or I was really existing in anxiousness or worry. My load was really heavy. Like, how do you navigate that space? Because I'm a woman. They're gonna look at me as like, you have emotion, but you a man. And coming from where you come from and doing some of the things that you doing or participating or being some of the circles where people look at you a certain way, like, how do you navigate that?
I always think, like, anything that you truly love, you gonna really figure it out or you gonna fight for it. So, like, if something that I love as much as my kids, I'm gonna figure it out. Like, whether it's tiring, whether it's frustrating, whether it's stressful, I'ma always get up the next day and try to be better at it.
Yeah.
Like, and they worth it. So that's how I know if somebody love me, because I'm gonna be worth it. Like, like, I'm gonna be worth it. Like,
I ain't even gonna have to ask.
It ain't nothing my kids ain't worth. Like, I don't care if it's a headache, if it's a stomach. Like, my kids can get sick, and this is God the honest truth. I will hold them close to me, like lay by me or be on me, so I can get sick and it can leave you. My kids will be sick for one day, it'll leave come to me, I'll be sick for a whole week and a half. But I'm cool with that. That's love to me.
So how do you find success in your sacrifice? Because I'm keep going back to this, you carry a lot. And you're doing a great job, might I add. You're doing a great job with carrying it. But it's like, what is the it thing for you? Because it's like when you break down, like, okay, I gotta figure a way out. So what is figuring a way out? How do you break that down? How do you?
My kids getting to that next stage of life.
Yeah.
Just like my daughter finna turn 16. She an A and B student. She, like that's my reward.
Yeah.
Seeing my kids grow, seeing my son play basketball.
So you remind yourself of the opportunity.
Be proud of certain things that I didn't get to be proud of, or be able to experience or do or have certain things that I wasn't able to experience, or even to just be able to be present and say, hey, I'm a father. I didn't have one. I don't even know what one looked like. Yeah. Besides like my homeboys in the hood, there was a father figure, but like I don't know what having a father is. So to be that for my kids is just enough for me. Like, why I get to be like,
Like, how does it feel to be in the capacity to be able to break cycles? Like, do you reward yourself for that? Do you ever take the opportunity to sit down and say, because when I'm hearing what you're hearing, right, you're like, I ain't never had a father, but you're an excellent father. I'm hearing, I may not have seen the woman be properly catered to in love in the same capacity as I'm willing to cater to in love and provide and seek. So you're doing everything you've never seen. Do you ever sit back and just be like, Donald, you're doing a good job. You're valuable. You're seen. You're heard. You're important. You're substantial. You are everything that you can, everything you could like conjure up in your mind about what you want to be, you already are, and you're just getting better at it with time. Do you ever take the time to congratulate? So let me be the first to do it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You heard, you sing, you're doing a good job, you're showing up, you're being consistent, you standing tall, you're overcoming adversity, you're persevering past things that are set in your path to make you feel like you're not on your way, but you are on your way. You're staying progressive. You are raising women who have a man that is present, and you're giving them the opportunity to be loved by a man before they have to go seek it elsewhere.
But and I appreciate that. But
feel that though.
Yeah, I really do. And you know what I told somebody the other day? I said, majority of people in your life gonna only tell you what you're doing wrong, especially if they're in your everyday space. Like, hey, you ain't doing this, or you could do more of this. If you dating a woman, she's like, oh, why you ain't doing this, or you could be doing this. It's like, even when people write in journals or express their feelings, it's always like, what was going wrong? Yeah. But you know what I tell God every day? What? Thank you for whatever is right. I don't ask for nothing in life. I don't say, God, give me a better car. God, give me more money. I don't say nothing. I say, God, thank you for waking my kids up. Thank you for giving me strength to keep going. Thank you. I don't want nothing from you but to keep me knowledgeable and keep me learning. That's how I'm able to be a good man, be a good father, be whatever I am without knowing is I'm willing to learn because I don't want nothing from nobody. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just want to learn. If I could learn something from you, you good in my book. Yeah. You ain't got to give me your money. You ain't got to give me nothing. Just if I could learn something from you and we can build something, then we good. But I want people to start telling people what's good about them. Yeah. We always say, oh, you're this, or you do this as a parent. Man, tell me what I did good. What have I done? I know I done did something right for you. Yeah, facts. And I was just speaking this to somebody like, we got to do better in that area of just not just highlighting what we did wrong, but just say, hey, thank you for coming to pick the kids up. Yeah. Thank you for giving me that break that I needed. Thank you for calling me and checking on me. But we don't do that. Yeah. We just worried about what we can get next and what more we can get and what else you could do. What else can you do? You could take a woman to 16 restaurants. You can buy a bag. You can do this. All right, what else? You ain't kicked in nothing. But you talking about what else? Yeah. That's why a lot of stuff don't work, because nobody appreciates nothing. It's a greed for more because everybody's so empty and so lost that they don't even understand what they're receiving. I can look at TV and see a kid over here struggling, and I go to the TV and show my son, like, look. Yeah. Look. You just got all this stuff for Christmas, and you asked me the day after Christmas, can you go to Dave & Buster's? Man, you lost your mind? Yeah. Is you lost your mind? Yeah. You crazy. That's being greedy. This is because I literally just bought all this stuff for Christmas. You ain't even played with it all yet. Yeah. And you ready to go play somewhere else. Man, you better play on that tablet. Yeah. And that's
That's the digital age anyways, man, because it's always something new. There's always
something you could do more instead of appreciating what's been done.
You got to think about it, though, even relationships, though. That's why people are always experiencing infidelity and thinking that what they had, like you just said, they're talking about what you don't do because they think it's always somebody who's going to do it better or they're going to do more, you know?
The world is tricked because, like, I looked at, like, my kids' Christmas list, and then I looked at other people's Christmas list, and then I talked to my partners and what their kids' Christmas list was. And you know what I realized? That a lot of the same stuff was on everybody's kids' Christmas list.
Yeah.
And it's because everybody wants the same stuff because of the internet and social media and YouTube and TikTok. And that's the same thing with relationships. You know, you could want, oh, he could have just bought her and posted a Lambo truck and said, oh, he bought her a Lambo truck. That man just knocked her head through the washer and dryer. You don't want that Lambo truck.
You don't want that. What come with that Lambo?
You don't want
what come with that Lambo.
You don't want what came with it. And people be wanting stuff but don't want what, you don't know what it came with.
And you know what, too? I love that you made that point because that's something else me and my papa were just talking about when we have, he come down here and we talk for 2 hours in the garage. So that's why I keep going back that convo. But that's something we was talking about too. Like, people will see the life that you live and the way that it's carried, and never ever does it occur to them to go back and be like, what did it take to get here? Yes. What does she have in addition to?
When P. Diddy was at the top of the world and he was a superstar, everybody wanted his life.
Sure did.
Now he in prison and he done did all of this stuff and alleged did all of this. Do you still want it?
Do you still want what come with it? Because then it's like looking at the end destination.
You'll never know because you never know what people went through or what they did
to get where they at.
To get where they at. So it's like, hey, Shawty got this amount of kids or Shawty got this going on. Is he worth it? And that's what you got to look at even with women. Like, yes, she got this past, or yeah, this happened with her. Yes, but is she worth it? What does she bring in my life that makes it better? Is it worth it? What does it come with? What comes with this? Because a lot of women portray you for the nigga that they see you talking to.
This is
they
true.
will portray you for the nigga that they see you talking to. He'll leave you alone and move on with her, and now he whooping her ass.
Right.
You got your life saved, and she giving the ass whooping that you would give.
Yeah.
But she was just jealous of you and thought, oh, he bought her a bag or he bought her a purse or he would treat her right.
Everything that glitters ain't gold.
That's what I'm trying to say. So it's just like everybody be wanting your position, but they don't know what it come with. I know a lot of people mad at me because I got money. You don't want what their money come with.
They lie me like, man, listen, they want your position, but they don't understand the pressure.
They don't want what they come with.
Pressure can either burst a pipe or it can make a diamond. Everybody ain't gonna be no diamond because they gonna let them off a pipe burst every time.
Nah, facts. And that's just what it is. So you got to know what you asking for, and that's the key thing to life. Know what you asking God for, and you got to be specific on your ass.
Yeah.
Because you can say, God, I want a car. He can say your ass a Honda Civic with a bent rim.
Yeah.
But you just asked for a car.
Yeah. You got to be specific.
So everybody want love, but you ain't say what kind of love or who you was gonna get the love from. The love could be you could think it's some love.
Yeah.
And it's attached to somebody, a bulldozer.
Yeah.
Or it's attached to somebody that you up here and they bring you down here.
So when you think about love, like the space that you're in now, where do you foresee yourself in the next 2-3 years in love?
Yeah, I feel like I'd be married. I feel like I'm a good candidate for love. I feel like I'm a lover. I know how to love. Yeah. I know what love is. I'm a teacher. I'm a leader. I'm a provider. I'm a protector. Like, I'm everything. So it's like the only thing that could hinder me is a motherfucker looking at my situation without getting the knowledge from how my situation came about or why. Like, I ain't got kids based off me sleeping with 17 different women and just having kids. I was in real relationships trying to create a family. This ain't just, oh, I just hit her. I got 3 by 1 and then I got 3 other ones I got 1 by. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like these were situations that I thought I had something or I thought I was going to create something and it just didn't work out.
So what's different for you now? Like, because, we learn a lot in going through that, especially when you have the product as being children. You learn a lot about a person when you have kids with them. Mm-hmm. So what do you feel like you show up with differently? What have you learned? What do you expect different in love and relationships as you prepare for marriage?
I'm just more patient and more understanding. Like I'm literally trying to learn the person
Yeah.
more than I would. Like I was a take my ball and go home. You know, like I take my ball and go home. Oh, you filing? Oh, you acting crazy? Oh, y'all ain't sharing the ball? Hey, man, give my ball. I'm going home. You feel what I'm saying? But now it's like, let me figure out what the issue is. Why you filing? Why you so angry? What you mad for?
Yeah.
What's bothering you for real? Like,
Yeah.
or why when I say certain stuff to you, you handling it that way? Why every time I get on you about something, you think I'm attacking you? Why every time I express how I feel, you feel like I'm down on you? Why every time what made you that way? As a man, now I want to know so I can love you differently.
Yeah.
The old me, the moment you challenge me is over with.
Yeah. And you know what? I love that you said that because understanding is always going to breed a line of questioning. See, people be scared of questions on both sides. They be scared to answer the question. They be scared to ask the question. What I've learned about relationships is that, or just not even romantic, friendships in general, you know, family members, because like family members change as they grow and develop. Like my brothers and sisters are not the same brothers and sisters that I knew growing up. You know, they've gone through life. They've had trauma. They've had different experiences. So I love that you said that about asking the questions because what I've learned is that questions, they hold the answer to understanding, bro. And it's not what you think the understanding is, it's what that person actually feels. You give people the opportunity because sometimes, you know, you might ask a person a question, they just be stuck. Because nobody's ever taken the time to ask them that. But if you give them time.
The thing is a lot of people hide who they are because they don't want to be judged.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to be judged, now you're with somebody that you don't even know them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like if I don't know you and I'm in a relationship with you and you keeping whatever from me because you don't want to be judged, I'm still going to sit here every day with somebody that I don't know.
Yeah.
And now you're sitting up here with a trauma that I can't even identify. And now we're going to never be happy because I don't even know what's making you the way you are.
You know, people used to tell me I was so dumb because I would be so vulnerable right off bat. And I will always tell them because I want to give people the opportunity. And the opportunity is simply for you to know what you're dealing with. I can tell you because I spend so much time with myself. I'm figuring me out because I want to be better, not just for other people, but for myself. I want to grow here, you know? I'm not trying to go tit for tat. I'm not trying to take myself out of character on no regular basis. I'm trying to really get to the bottom of it because if I keep experiencing the same thing with multiple different people, at some time I have to hold myself accountable as the non-denominator. Like, what am I doing? What am I giving? What boundaries am I in absence of? Like, what type of confidence do I need to exude? What type of patterns and consistency do I need to implement differently? What do I need to like pull back on? What do I need to do differently? So when I'm dealing with people, but I tell them exactly where I'm at. Yeah. It's not a question you can't ask me that I haven't considered for real.
You have to be honest and open with people because it's like I see a lot of men that meet women and women be like, oh, you got kids or you got this or you got that. And I know people that lie about their kids. I'm not lying about nothing. I'm not lying about nothing. Is you rocking with me or not? Because it don't matter how many kids I got, baby. This is where you need to be.
You know they go for me. Like, we got, look, how many kids you got? All right, so boom, they both got the same dad? No, they don't.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people will lie and say, okay, I got 2 kids. You get into the relationship, you find out they got 5. You feel me? Nigga be lying. Nigga be having so many kids and be capping. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't care about your judgment. I don't care about nothing. You don't know me.
But that's how you know you're a real father, though, because
I'm not ashamed of these folks.
Yeah, you can't.
But you got to love these folks. You got to love these folks. If you don't love these folks, it ain't no way you can tell me you love me.
And get what? People be having messed up karma be the ones who do not interpret love and with their children. They look for it in other women and men now because it ain't just the men who be absent parents. It's women too. But like
women
if you
think, like I told you, women think because they kids be with them, they're the better parent.
Yes.
You could drop your child out to your grandma every week and think, oh, I'm the best parent because when I pick him up, he's with me. Oh, my nigga, you drop him out every day.
Are they okay? How are they doing?
Yeah, they don't even be knowing what's really going on with their children for real.
Yeah.
They just like, and that's the thing, like, but I know what's going on, but I know how my kids feel for real. You know, like I know how they feel. I know what's bothering them. I dissect them as a person and say, all right, this is where I got to work on with you, or this is where I got to work.
Because you know what you're doing when you're asking those type of questions? See, I never understood it. I'm going to be honest. My pop really taught me that, not from just doing it with me and my brother, but also too, like, from those things he did while he was here with my kids. Like the questions he would ask, it started helping me get in the routine of asking them. And that firsthand, it'd be like, why you asking her that? And now I've gotten in the routine of doing it. Like when I make her lunch on Tuesday and Thursday, I write her a note. And the note is always going to be empowering, like, you're it. You know, if she tells me about a situation she's dealing with in school, whether it was somebody who talked about her weight or somebody who made fun of her hair or made her uncomfortable.
The fact that you could get her to say that.
Listen, I'm going to write her a note to let her know, listen, you're empowered, and whatever this insecurity they try to derive, you empowered in it. And when you show up, you still be a good person. You don't go tit for tat. You don't go back and forth. You don't got to make them feel bad because they made you feel bad, because the power comes in the fact that you know who you are. So I love that you have those conversations with your kids, because that's parent.
I care about their mind. I care about how they feel. I care about what I'm doing wrong that's making you feel some type of way. Like me and my daughter, my oldest daughter, like, man, I'd be like, look, have I did anything wrong? And she'd be like, no, Daddy. And I'd be like, no, listen, I want you to understand that I'm not going to get mad at you, or I'm not going to feel any type of way. In the last couple of weeks, or in the last month, or in the last any time that you felt like, have I did anything wrong? And she was like, well, Daddy, you did hurt my feelings when you did X, Y, Z. And I will explain why I did what I did. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And if an apology is owed, I would give one. But if one is not, I will not. And I will let you know that I stand firm on what I did and why I did.
And that's how you teach your kids life. Give them the opportunity to say, because like me, I've exited relationships where I've been dealing with people where I think the uneasiness of holding on to an emotion came from the absence of a closure conversation. So when you teach your kids to talk like that and think like that, they can start to have that understanding amongst themselves without always seeking it, because some people aren't capable to give you that. You know what I'm saying? So I love who you've developed to be as a father, as a man, as a person. I didn't really want to hit this interview on industry stuff, you know what I mean? Or focus on it. Like, I really wanted people to be able to experience that side of it, because I feel like they don't really get to see it. Like, they might see the work.
Sure.
They might see the product, but they don't know the behind the scenes.
I don't even let people see who I really am, or know like me for real, because like I don't care for nobody to know.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you could judge me, baby. I find out the truth about how people feel about me by the way they judge me, by not even knowing me.
Not even knowing.
You don't even know me. You don't know what I've experienced. You don't know what I've been through. You just on the outside putting you don't know me.
Yeah.
You know? And like anybody who know me know I'm silent. So I don't care about people feeling I'm a good person, or I'm this or I'm that.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm who I am.
Right.
And I'm going to be who I am. Long as my kids look at me and say, man, my daddy is great. That's all I care about. I don't care what nobody else think. And them folk look at me like the world. My son came in here today, like, he went to Walmart with my daughter mama and brought me a bag like that. I just wanted to give you something. It just had like ginger ale, my favorite chips, and certain candles that I like candles. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So he like, man, I just want to do something for you, Daddy. Like, and I respected him for that.
Yeah.
He had $20 and he was like, he went and spent his $20 to do something for me.
Yeah.
You know, and it just like, man, I respect that. I'm raising him and got him in that mentality. Yeah. Like, he cooked breakfast for his mama like a couple weeks ago. Like, I raised him to be a man. Yeah. And it's like, he's 9 years old and already showing signs that I know grown men don't do.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I ain't gonna lie, Taz, I was laying in the bed with him the other day, and I was a little overwhelmed. You know, it just come and go in waves and stuff like that, especially after the holiday. I had a lot to do. And boy, I laid in the bed with him, and he just started kissing my face. Like, you gonna take mommy? You gonna take mommy? Lay down, right here, mommy. Lay down here. Mm-hmm. And when I just sat there for a second after he did, and I'm like, dang, this is what I do to you. Mm-hmm. You okay, Taz? You doing okay? Yeah, so that's why I love even this conversation being centered around the importance of your children, man, because they are one of the most valuable lessons on love. They are the purest form of love.
that co-parenting shit gotta get better in all lanes.
Yeah.
Like I feel like broken homes don't come from parents' relationships not surviving in parting ways.
They come
I
from
feel like it
people.
come from people not being able to co-parent correctly.
Yeah.
And just saying like, hey, no matter how I feel about you, no matter how bad I feel about you, the ultimate goal is making sure this child has the best life.
That part.
You know, so that's what I feel like is important. And until it get to that way, like these kids gonna constantly continue to be mental issues and emotional issues and lashing out at school and fighting at school and all that stuff.
So, in closing, we always leave off with, what is something that you want to let go of? You know, it's New Year, New You. You're going to be the first episode of the year. So, what's something in 2026, when you reflect back in 2027, start of next year, what do you want to say you successfully let go of?
Just people that don't want to grow, you know, like anything that doesn't have anything to do with me growing. So like,
I like that.
if I can't grow with you or build nothing with you, I don't care if you my partner, I don't care if you my kid's mom, I don't care. If we ain't growing in any area, it ain't no point of me being a part of it at all. Growth. Cause I ain't got the timer to when my time up. So and I don't know the clock, you know. That's a clock I can't see. So if I can't see that clock, I ain't got no time to be wasted with nobody.
And I just have to agree with that. We leaving everything that does not serve us exactly where it got us fucked up at.
Okay, man.
Hey.
Either we gonna grow or I'm gonna let you go.
Yep, you gonna grow or go. I like that. So where can everybody follow you at?
Follow me around, clown. Nah, nah, follow me, just Google me, man. I'm feeling for 2026, man. Google me.
Yeah.
I ain't giving out no acts or nothing, man. Cause, man, can't nobody get at me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you hear this, they need to come find you, ain't
man. Yeah, let's
Come
Google
to
it.
y'all live.
Whatever come up.
Yeah.
If I drink, dog, hell, dog.
Listen, we are coming to y'all live from the Big Energy Room. Thank you so much again for coming, sitting down, giving us this great perspective. Y'all make sure y'all continue to tune into the podcast. This year is going to be a great year. Shout out to Slime Heart Productions, man. They the men behind the camera, the lights, the sound, the action, all that. Thank you, CK Agency, for keeping us in the room. When people, listen, when names are being mentioned, Big Energy is there. Shout out to CK Agency and shout out to the biggest Lil Donald, man, for coming here and blessing us at the top of the year.
Hey, man, hey, shout out to you, though. Like, you dove in, you conquered, you doing great, you doing your thing. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm behind you 100% on whatever you got going on.
And thank you for always believing in me.
For sure.
Always.
I'm proud of what's cool, you know.
Yeah.
You see I had get on your head.
You did. You held me accountable.
Hey, but you doing it though, and I'm proud of you. So if nobody acknowledged that, I'm letting you know, like, I'm proud of you.
I love
It's
you,
dope,
bro.
man. And we gonna expand this big.
Going to the top. Big Energy. Yeah. Big Donald. Big Kayla. Yeah. That part.